Welcome back to Serena's Playbook. In this episode, I want to talk about how we can use political events in order to improve our strategic thinking. So, it's looking at events in a critical way to help improve how we look at perhaps problem solving and understanding what went wrong here. So, let's do a little background first. Reform UK is a UK political party which is riding quite high on anti-establishment vibes. It's recently hit turbulence on March the 7th due to the fact that the MP Rupert Lowe told the Daily Mail that the leader of the party, Nigel Farage, has a bit of a messiah complex and that it just wasn't cutting it. Now, reform apparently needs restructure, not just charisma. Now, the next day, the party chairman, Zia Yusuf, accused Lowe of threatening him, claimed that two staffers reported bullying, and also took away the party whip from Rupert Lowe. Police have gotten involved, and Lowe has called it a malicious hit job. So let's talk a little bit about the way this entire thing has exploded, it's continuing to unfold on X, and it can teach us a little bit about crowd psychology as well, because it seems to be splitting the loyalists and the skeptics. But instead of controlling the narrative, reform unfortunately have let it spiral. I talked about this on my media and political commentary channel, which I will link right here. Strategic thinking has definitely faltered over here. And, we know that public spats definitely do not win the confidence of the crowd. In fact, public spats fracture the crowd that a political party is relying on. So, what can we learn from this chaos? First and foremost, you've got to anticipate the crowd's reaction. So, social media crowds, like Reform's base, they thrive on emotion. So there's anger, there's loyalty, there's betrayal, and Lowe's critique on X and Farage's Telegraph rebuttal, that's Telegraph News, rebuttal has fueled a tribal war online. Was this a smart strategy? You have to predict that the crowd energy could shift sentiment. Reform could have quietly met Lowe, negotiated an exit, and spun it as a mutual split. Instead, that's not happened. There's more drama and there's division. You could have just spun it as Rupert's moving on to new challenges and avoided the drama and the division. You've also got to control the narrative early. Unfortunately, Reform waited a day, then they dropped the bomb. Allegations, police, the works. It's too late. Unfortunately, Lowe has already framed it as retaliation on X. And with strategic public relations, it's about trying to get ahead. You've got to release a statement first. We are investigating internal concerns. We are committed to unity, etc., etc. Instead, it's felt quite vague, and it's kept the crowd guessing and raging. Let's think about how you've got to align your actions with your goals. Reform wants to be the UK's right wing future, not a protest circus. By suspending Lowe publicly mid election cycle, it absolutely screams dysfunction. And it's exactly what Rupert Lowe has criticised. They need better PR. You need to handle something like this privately, keep him on a leash, people have said, or redirect his energy. You've got to show voters that there is some discipline here, not infighting. Electoral crowds hate chaos. So, what's the takeaway from this? Strategic thinking means seeing the chessboard. You've got to be aware of crowd psychology, timings, optics, not just reacting. Reform's knee jerk PR, unfortunately, has flopped, whereas a proactive, crowd savvy approach could have turned a liability into a strength. So let's wrap up. what are the big ideas here? Political blow-ups like Rupert Lowe's clash with Reform UK can teach us that you've got to think ahead, you have to own the story, and you have to match your moves to your mission, whether you're in politics or just strategizing life. These principles do win. So, what do you think? Do you think Reform could have played this smarter? I would love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you liked this breakdown, then do hit subscribe for more real world strategy lessons. Let's keep thinking sharp. I'll see you next time. I'd love to meet you in the comments, so do drop a comment. And there are videos every Monday and Friday. I do try. And there are other channels and other options for you available also in the description. Take care.